Okay. Yeah, we're recording now, right? Okay, okay. Uh, Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, wherever you are in the world. This is the Mheno podcast, and we are here again for our, regular meeting. Today, once again, if you don't know who I am, Brian.
Sakunda. Yeah. Emmanuel. And Ampanashi.
Yes, yes. So we shall be, touching a few topics here and there. And so my first question for the guys, rather, right, is how has technology changed the dating landscape in Poland?
In Poland.
Yes.
Only Poland.
That's what we're talking about at the moment because that's where we live. So,
You stupid.
yeah, to keep it home, close at home.
The whole concept of technologies. Basically, now we get to see more people from different areas. So, like, there's more options.
Okay.
So, like, I won't say people used to settle back then, but at least people used to have this decency, if I can say, to know that if you find someone you like, they'll be like local and you'd meet them like in person, and there'll be no competition elsewhere. So, like, yeah, I guess the competition has been. That's a bad side, I can say. In my opinion.
It's the competition.
Yeah.
If there wasn't any technology, then you'd be only limited to the people who you meet when you go to the shops, or the people who live somehow in your local area. But then with technology, you can meet someone who's living in a different city, but then you can still like that person and you arrange to meet.
Yeah.
Okay, Emmanuel. So is that your point for the question?
Oh, my point.
Yes.
I think technology hasn't made it any worse.
Okay.
It's just that people are now exposing themselves who they really are. If there wasn't any technology, you'd only get to know the side of a person that you see when you meet the person.
Okay.
If
So
you're texting someone, right, and then you decide to meet, you only see that side of the person that they present to you in person. But then if there's social media, you can also go through some of the things that they post. You see who they really are. It might be an act, it might not be, but still you get to see. If it's an act, then you also see it's also information that you can get from them, right? And I think social media hasn't made it any worse, but it is exposed, if I can say. Because if there is no technology, then I can meet someone in person, but then let's say, for example, we meet the same person on different occasions. You think you're the only guy, I think I'm the only guy. But with social media, it has made it easier. Of course, it's not that easy to find out, but you get what I'm saying?
No.
Yeah, I think I'm following. Yeah.
Yeah.
I really think social media has made it really hard.
okay.
And it's made the dating scene rather bad. Obviously, I'm going to have to go with Chakunda's first point, which is nowadays you have to compete with someone who is in a different city or in a different place and area than you are, and things like that. Kind of, it makes it hard for you to be calm.
Have you ever had a dream that you
or to be okay with leaving the person that you're with behind in certain situations. And for me, that kind of makes it completely hard. And also, I understand that when you're dating someone, it's supposed to be how it's supposed to be. But you also have to understand the fact that when you used to date someone, and social media wasn't a factor, you knew that whoever that you're dating, whoever that you're going to be with, the people that are going to look after that person are the people that are around that person. and these are also the exact same people that you know. So to go down the situation or the point that you raised, that the person could be seeing two people where they met from different occasions, I think that makes it even harder, because the fact that these guys met at a specific occasion means there are other people there that are also there that already know that this particular girl is associated with you. So if that girl is to be seen with another man, yet the people that are around already know that this girl is associated with you, that's going to raise some flags, and people are going to start talking, and eventually when people start talking, information gets back to where it's supposed to get. So I think as a whole, social media has made it completely hard, because now you can text someone with, for example, social media sites like Snapchat, where you can talk to someone and the messages disappear after 24 hours. Everything is just going to be done this quickly. And with social medias like Snapchat, if she sends a picture, wherever that person is, they can't do anything about it. They just see it. This is where I stand at this point.
But anywho,
Based on the structure of how it used to be, these things are going to be in the same shared space. The things used to be centralized, so that means everything was at one place. The barber shops, the salons, the shops, everything you needed, you had to go to the center, and you'd get it there. So if you talk to her while she's on her way to the shops, and then she starts talking to me as well, also on her way to the salon, people are going to know that this girl yesterday was with Emmanuel while she was going to the salon. Today she's going to the shops. Now she's with Panache.
be how the fuck you know this? How? Hold on, bro. How?
They will know because it's the same space, in the same area. There's not going to be the farthest distance we are talking about is maybe a 10-kilometer radius. So that means everyone knows everybody.
And to then go to our next question, which is also somewhat connected to this one, is, and I like how Panasha touched on social media. So the question is, has social media affected how people get into relationships, or the steps of the etiquette of, remember back in the day, like you meet a girl, you start talking to her, and then you start going out, maybe you, depending on how deep you want to go into the relationship, you start calling each other boyfriend, girlfriend, and then you meet the family and all that stuff. And I can speak for our culture back home, from my perspective. And
Ain't nobody got time for that.
how has social media affected the way we used to date, I would say, then and now?
I would say it has affected greatly.
Okay.
For example, with social media nowadays, you can start talking to someone before you meet them. So that means initially you've already skipped a step, because back then you had to meet the person,
Okay.
you talk to the person, then the person gives you their phone number or whatever it is. Then you start talking to the person on the phone via SMSs, which we have agreed is not social media. Then from there you'd get to know the person, more and more. But it's most of the times it used to be in person. Most of the conversations are held in person. Now you can get to know everything about everyone before you even meet them, before you even know what they look like. For all we know, everything you see on social media is created specifically for that intent. So I would say it has affected the way things used to be done.
Okay. Takunda?
So what's going on?
I never expected it.
Sometimes think.
No, he just came from speaking of like very recently, so.
Okay, I think I have a slightly different opinion about this whole thing,
Okay.
because I believe
I don't care what you believe.
if you meet someone on social media, if you start talking and then you start dating without meeting,
Mm-hmm.
then it might be a problem. But then I think social media is a platform where I can meet, I can talk to someone, and then we already screen the people we talk to and decide that, okay, this might not be a person I'm interested in, without having to go through a lot of different processes. So I'm talking to you on social media. I still don't have your number, but I'm talking to you on social media. You can block me, right? So I can talk to you, and then if we think that we might get along and we have like common interests, then we plan on meeting in person. Then we start from there. If we think we might get along to and build a relationship, then we meet in person, we talk, and then if we like each other, then we exchange phone numbers and stuff. Because I believe people in Poland, or even in the world generally, they believe that a phone number is too personal to just give, right? But then on social media, it's a public place. So if we meet, or if you come to my DM and we talk, and I think I like you and you think you like me, then we can arrange a meeting where we can meet in person, and then we start talking, and then from there we go. So I believe social media has just made it easier for people to meet. But then what happens after, it's all between the two of you. So if you decide to use it in a positive way, you can still use it in a positive way. If you decide to use it in a negative way, then that's, but it has just made it easier for people to meet.
Sorry, can I say something?
Mhm.
I understand when you say social media, it's easier to, talk to someone, but you have to meet the person first before you get into any relationship or anything like that, which is completely understandable and is something that I would agree on if that is what people were doing. Unfortunately, that is not what people are doing. What people do now is they talk on social media, they decide, me, I like you, you like me, let's start dating. They start dating whilst they're still talking on social media. They haven't even met. And then they later on meet. And when they meet, it's going to be for obvious reasons.
What do you mean by that?
Right? And that being said, that means the whole process in itself has already been changed up.
People are basically like using it, abusing it basically, in a way. Because what's going to happen is you're going to see someone you like right now, and based off of what you've seen, like you said, you've seen the pictures or whatever, their lifestyle, you're into that, you like them, you talk, and you meet up, then whatever happens, happens. You see someone else who looks maybe better than the person, that's all. Then you decide like what you're gonna keep finding better and better options, thinking that it's gonna be like, I don't know, you're chasing something that's never gonna actually happen, because if you keep looking for something better, you're never actually gonna find it in a person, especially.
But is that social media's fault, or it's your fault that you're looking for something better?
I think it's social media's fault, in my opinion.
Because
You're seeing it there, it's in front of your face. Using social media, you're gonna see it eventually, even if you don't want to.
But even if I wasn't on social media, I can still see someone in person. Oh, and then I think this person might be better than the person
That's
I'm
fine.
with.
That's fine. But then the rate, at which
Then
you're
it
gonna
means
see-
I'm still looking for something better without social media.
But that's
so
fine.
it's social media's fault.
No, but at the rate at which you're gonna be seeing people is doubled or maybe tripled when you're on social media. If you get my point. If you walk right now outside, you're gonna meet maybe 10 girls, right? But if you go on social media, you just by scrolling on your phone, you're gonna see like your whole feed, basically.
No, my feed is what follow.
But you get my point, right? Yeah. It's just gonna be. It's very easily accessible, especially when you're on your phone.
Yes, but that's the thing I'm asking. Like, yes, social media has made it easily accessible, but do we blame the social media? Because I think it's all on you. Like, if you're looking for something better, then social media is there to provide what you think is better.
But that's what Panashe
But then
says.
if you're satisfied with the person you are with,
That's
even
what
if
Panashe
you
said.
see 10 girls you scroll, then I don't think it might be that much of it.
Because that's what Panashe said. Like he said, people, you see, what's it called? How can I say this? The point is gone.
The third point really touches on this point, the where we're going now with this conversation of how people are now, like Panasha was saying, people getting into relationships. People are now talking, not just to get into relationships. Some people are just talking and then Netflix and chilling and all that stuff, right? So the question then becomes, has the, I don't want to say courting stage, but has the way us as guys, now I'll speak for us specifically, has the way we now approach the person we're trying to get into a relationship with changed, in your own views, as opposed to when we didn't have a lot of social media and now when there's social media? And also on that same question, have the girls we're trying to talk with changed in how they, I guess, give signals or how they communicate with us when we're trying to get with them, to date them?
Yeah.
Yes, Takunda?
I think the old way is basically non-existent at this point.
Okay, how so?
Yeah. Because if I'm trying to get with a girl and I quote her, bring her flowers every day, and eventually like we get to the point where we're dating, and then Emmanuel tells me, I just talked to this girl today, I just threw some whiz here and there, and then that was it. Like that seems easier to me, so I'm just gonna go for the easy option. Why am I gonna buy flowers and all these theatrics if there's an easy option to just like take someone every day and get to the same point,
So,
That's my.
are you saying then that social media has taken away the need for us to work as much?
Basically, yeah.
Okay. Interesting. Emmanuel?
Sorry.
Financial, yes.
I don't think it has taken us. I think it has given us more work.
Okay, elaborate.
If I have to say, because now people have choices that they didn't used to have. You see, so if I can go on social media and see a better looking girl just by scrolling through my phone, that means whatever goal that is there at the moment is gonna have to work hard to keep my attention. Now, the same thing applies to girls.
Okay.
The girls can still go on their phones, scroll through social media, still see better looking guys. So that means whatever you used to do, back then you used to compete with 4 guys that are your age. Whoever buys the most flowers or whoever pays more attention to her, or whoever makes her laugh more is the guy who wins. Now you're competing against everybody on earth.
The whole world.
Now if the guy in Minnesota in the US is making her laugh more than you, and you're there, but she's enjoying the company of someone who is in the US, that used to never exist. So now the competition is increased. That means the workload that you have to do is multiplied by such a large number that it has made it harder, not easier, for people to work. Now I feel like people with charisma, which people call raise these days, it's good if you have raise. You can just do your thing, make it happen, wherever you want, magic plan, and the girl is yours, which is absolutely fine. But not everybody is able to do that yet. So that means if you don't have raise, you're competing against 5 other guys with raise, and you're also competing with 12 other guys with more raise than you, but less raise than those other 5 guys.
Damn.
So basically, it has made everything complicated, everything hard.
In as much as it is complicated, I believe that in a way, it still is, in terms of the competition, it still is what it was.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. Like back then, there was still competition. It might be that we just didn't know who we were competing with. but there was still competition. You might have been walking 2 kilometers to see a girl.
you believe that?
What?
And then there's another guy from your hood or from somewhere who just drives by and comes and just takes that girl. It's still competition, right? Here it's now that it's now enlarged. The competition is now much more, but there was still competition even back then. But agreeing with what Takunda said, by it has made it easier. If I was afraid to approach a girl in person, it's definitely easier for me to do it through social media. Right? I can see a girl on social media, I like her. I know definitely in person I wouldn't approach this person even if we meet. But on social media I can try my luck. Once we get along and then I get used to talking to her on social media, it then becomes easier to talk to her when we meet in person. Right? So it has made it easier even for the guys who are afraid of approaching women. And also, if I look at a girl's social media, I might have an idea of what she's interested in. And then I might portray an image of what she wants. Right? Therefore, attracting her. Even if I might not be exactly what I'm portraying on my social media, I'm just doing it so that she likes me because I have an idea of what she wants. Right?
Mm-hmm.
I can tell that, okay, this girl likes cars. So what do? I take a lot of pictures on other people's cars. I get into I just order Uber Premium, Uber Black, right?
There we go. Uber Black. Yes.
Uber Black, right? I get inside. I start taking a video of myself in there. Who knows that I'm in an Uber? No one knows I'm in an Uber. So to her, she thinks, okay, this guy knows what he's doing, right? Because I'm inside my Mercedes Benz, I'm taking myself a video. No one knows I'm in an Uber, but I just did it so that I can take that small clip of a video.
And he is a driver too.
Exactly. I can say, guys, let's go out, and then we combine like 50 zloty, 50 zloty, 50 zloty, right? We go to a fancy restaurant, right? I know we buy together, but I say, okay, I want to take a picture, but you guys don't be in the picture. I want just me and the food.
Get him up, let him get up, let him get up, let him get up. Not like that.
Okay.
She sees me and the food. She's like, okay, this guy knows what he's doing. Right? We can order a limousine. There are limousine services.
Now you're chasing clout. That's what we're not going to do here, okay? Next episode, okay?
Right? And then I say, okay, inside that limousine, we pay together.
We? Now we going to
What
war.
do you mean we? Nintendo?
No,
we?
nigga, we as in us.
Us? Are you talking about
No,
the movie?
nigga, us.
But inside that limousine, I just want a 10-second video clip of myself sitting there. Right? She will see that 10-second video. Right? We can order a helicopter. We get inside together, we pay together. But then on the video, she's just seeing me in there. How does she know that we combined like our finances to pay for that? So then I portray that image, and then she sees me. She's like, okay, now this guy knows what he's doing. And then it will be easier on the text messages talking to her, right? Of course, later on, she will find out that I don't have this, all these things, right? But then maybe she already fell for me, right? There's no going back.
Okay.
Right? So it's just an example. I'm not saying that's what I do.
Cap.
Now
That was not.
No, you can check my social media.
Yeah.
But I think you get the sense of
You get the
what I'm
point.
saying.
Yeah. Well, I want to then somewhat disagree with all of you in the point that I would say social media has just brought everything that was happening because, okay, before I say that, with every change, people adapt with it, right? So, in my view, courting has, of course, it has changed, right? I'm not saying that it's 100% been, it's just, no. There has been a change 100%. but it has changed with the times, right? The competition, as you were saying before, was the guy down the street, or maybe the guy in the next neighborhood, or maybe in the next town when they were driving through and all this. But there was still competition. Now, and the ladies have had their own way of screening through that competition at the same way, right? Now, of course, all you have to do is look at your phone, your feed, whatever it is you're presenting. There's some people that like that, and then you can communicate with them. And depending on what you're looking for, depending on what type of girls you're looking for, there might be 5, 10 other guys from other parts of the world or even the city or the country that are also in her DMs, messaging her, trying to talk to her. At the same way, they're also doing the same thing. So it's more so of a matter of how do you screen the people you want to date, if it is dating that you want to get into, or if you're looking for marriage, or if you're looking for a very quick fix.
What do you mean by that?
Right? Depending on what it is you're looking for, or I would hope that you have a clear understanding of what to expect with the type of people that you want. If you're looking for someone for 5 minutes, you can't then give them 2 hour energy. If energy is very vague of a word, but
Yeah, I get it.
now, of course, this is not saying that every time you give someone the energy of saying, I want to be with you long term, they will then give you that same energy back. Unfortunately, life doesn't work like that. Sometimes you want to date someone who doesn't want to date you back. But communication is very important. Now, unfortunately, social media, people are not being sociable. They are using social media for other things. So I think that's where we get lost. And that's why I want to say that I don't think that social media has made it worse. I think it has just really put a magnifying glass on how things were, because a lot of things that we growing up used to say that, looking at all the people like, I know that's all people doing it. Hey, they don't really know how things are doing. When you grow up and you look at it, you realize we're doing similar things, because the people that are younger than you are saying now, no, that's what all people are doing. And you realize, no, the loop is the same. It changes with the times, yes, but the sun is still the same, right? People, the way we act is still the same. We just have technology, yes, to kind of facilitate it easier, but it is still the same thing.
I completely disagree
Okay.
with everything you said.
Okay. Why?
How bullshit.
You say courtship has changed, but it hasn't really changed.
That's what I said.
You stupid.
So you agree?
You're saying social media is magnified things,
Yes.
right? But I don't think it has magnified anything
Okay.
in itself. You see, when you're saying you magnify things, you're saying it's how we used to do it, right?
Mm-hmm.
But we're seeing it from like how can I say, a bigger point of view, which is absolutely not what we're doing.
Okay.
Right? What we're seeing is a completely different thing. There used to be courtship. Now there's no courtship anymore.
Okay.
See, the whole idea of courtship is you trying to get a girl to like you. Nowadays, that's not the point anymore. You don't need to get a girl to like you.
Mm-hmm.
You just tell her whatever she wants to hear. Even if she likes, even if she doesn't like you. Right?
Mm-hmm.
You can still get what you want, irregardless.